Good evening and welcome once again to Straight from the Sky. I'm your talk show host, Bobit Avila. This is actually my second Zoom interview and my very first interview with my dear friend, Governor Arthur Siap of Bohol. And yes, we are with the right company in the sense that Bohol is a booming town and we want Bohol to boom further in this new normal. And we'll be back with our special guest, Governor Arthur Yap, after this break. Please don't go away. We'll be back shortly.
Sumuko na! Hindi ako suko! Sumuko na! Hindi ako suko! Sumuko ka na!
Tagal. Parang internet mo. Get the Sky Fiber Super Speed plans. Up to 200 Mbps for fiber fast days.
Ay, sumuko!
Switch to Sky Fiber.
Freeman, bye! Freeman, bye!
Ay, may lag. Parang internet mo? Get the Sky Fiber Super Speed plans. Up to 200 Mbps for fiber fast days. Switch to Sky Fiber.
3 major financial needs to complete financial picture. 1. Investment. To generate continuing income for when you retire. Letting money work for you. 2. Income protection. Life insurance. To protect your family if you die too soon. Life insurance protection help finance your children's education, pay estate tax, pay debts instantly. Number 3. Healthcare. To provide you healthcare when you retire or when you stop working. Someone to take care of you when you get old. What if I could tell you about a product that provides complete solution to your 3 major financial needs? Kaiser Premium Health Builder provides total solution to your healthcare, investment, and insurance needs.
Thank you for staying with us. It's an honor and a great pleasure to have with us Bohol Governor Arthur C. Yap. Maayong gabi iya, sir.
Mga gabi, Manong. Gimingaw na ko ni mo.
Well,
Okay na to, nagkita manong.
yeah, the last time we were here, we had a very nice photograph. I'm still looking for it. Tungod sa kadaghan.
Yes, sir.
But
It's been quite some time, manong. We miss you. We miss you.
yeah, I also want to go back to Bohol because, you know, when I was still young, my family, the Sigura family, had a huge property, I think 400 plus hectares in Catigbian. This was before Marcos, Carp ni Cory. And then that property belonged to my mother and her siblings. And we have that property in Catigbian, which is considered, according to then Governor Umintado, the longest fence in Bohol. Muna pero wag gid kay kuan kana siya wa kana activity. But anyway, we are here because you have a very good what you call resorts in your COVID. Can you explain to us, because many of our taga Cebu, taga Bohol biasad.
Tinod na manong.
Yeah.
We started very early in the sense that even before the president issued his orders to put Manila on enhanced community quarantine, here in Bohol, we've already noticed na murag maglisod ta. Mao nga sayo-sayo pa man nagdesisyon ang Bohol very early on that we are going to really close down Bohol to domestic air and sea travel. And it just that the president just beat us to the punch by 24 hours. But we issued the order immediately after he issued the order, so that by Monday, March 16, we had already closed down Bohol to domestic air and sea travel. And one of the results, because of our early decision to do that, but despite that, Manong, despite that, we gave people 72 hours to come home. Mao nga ang mga nagbiyahe na, gitagana mo sila og oportunidad na at least makasulod sila, makatabok sila padung diri sa Bohol, no? But unfortunately, there were still those nga mga natanggong sa gawas. That's the reason why we had more than 200 Bolanos trapped in Bato, Southern Leyte. But after negotiating with the local government there, and I would like to thank them, they really took care of our ato mga kaigsoon ng Bolanon. Amo silang gipatabok diri sa gidawat namo sila sa Ubay. So gipasulod namo sila sa Ubay, and dito sa Kalanggaman National Irrigation Administration property, we were able to quarantine them there. And after their 2-week quarantine, they were able to go home. So thank God that none of them registered positive, no? So after that, Mano, when we closed down Bohol, then we already started strictly guarding our borders. And aside from that, of course, gi-impose na namo ang minimum health standards kauban ang mga mayor, ang mga kapulisan dire, ug non-stop ang among pag-advertise, ang pag-reach out namo sa mga katawhan. Amo sila gitagaan nga mga paggiya, mga pahinumdom, mga pahimangno. And along the way, Manong, okay naman. Tungod kay cooperative naman ang atong mga kaigsuunan. Mao nga that is one blessing I have. I'm presiding over a province where the people are also cooperative. So to this date, Manong, we have less than 20 positive cases. And ang total positive cases coming from COVID patients that are exclusively coming from LSIs and OFWs, not even more than 50, Manong. The total has been not more than 50, but ang active karon is just less than 20. Wow. So we're still very strict, Manong. Ang tud karon.
Pilay fatalities in the 4 months?
Usara.
Wow.
Yes, only one fatality, Manong. And that's the reason why we have not stopped asking also for the understanding of the national government that di pwede pugson ba na dawaton ba nato ang tanang gusto nilang paulion, because as I was telling the national sa IATF, the way to manage this virus from where we stand, from where we here in Bohol, is how to manage the arrivals. Because our records show, Manong, na dili mo gikan sa local transmission ang mag-positive. They are almost exclusively nigikan sa LSI o sa OFW. Sa tinul na sa among records, duha, gikan sa mga OFW, and the rest, gikan na sa mga LSIs. So, that's what we're saying. If you allow us to quarantine them and allow us to process them, just keep the flow going, no? Then I think we have a very good chance to process people. Because at this point in time, more than 6,000 plus, kapit moabot namin ng 7,000 ang among mga gipauli. And out of that, that's the only number of infected people. You get less than 50. Our total bed capacity here, Manong, is about close to 8,000 beds. And right now, I asked IATF to allow us to just fill up 5,000 beds. And nagpabiling ko ng mga 2,000 to 3,000 na additional buffer beds. So, simpa ko na mahitabo na emergency, natay ng mga additional municipal quarantine space para dawato ng mga possible entrance or any emergencies, natay additional bed capacity.
So you're really what you call fully controlling Bohol to a point that you can actually go already. Unsa man mo ron? Are you under general quarantine or
MGCQ Manong,
okay.
modified me karon.
Okay.
And but despite that, Manong, I want to tell people, we did not indiscriminately shut down Bohol. We did order a closure of our borders to domestic air and sea travel. But ang among agriculture, ang among fisheries, nagpabiling nga abli. Our quarries are open, our construction sector are open. And since agriculture and fisheries are open, all support stores and services and labor servicing the agriculture, fisheries, and construction sectors remained open from the start. We never closed these sectors.
So gwapo kayo yung gibuhat sa Bohol kay wa man good boy na nakod. Unsa man sa nagmask mo? Are you putting a rule?
Manong, sayo pa, Manong, executive order nato diri kinahanglan magsulod ta og face mask. And ang observation sa community quarantine nato, ang paglikay nato sa pagtapok-tapok, we're very strict about that. Here you can see, I have to tell you, here I can see the cooperation of all the sectors in Bohol. Like the church, all religious services voluntarily suspended it. So today, under MGCQ, we're back to 50%. 50% of the seating capacity
Of the church.
in churches and religious worship. But very early on, they voluntarily gave that up. And also our restaurants. Now we are at 50% dine-in. But sa una, take-out ra. And then all our barbershops, our beauty parlors, our fitness gyms, those are the ones that we closed down.
Yeah.
Karaoke, mga buwangan, mga entertainment, those are the ones that closed down. But essential sectors, even ang transport sector namo, Manong Bobby, we kept it alive. Wala namong gipasarado ang among transport sector dire and ang mga stores, ang mga motor shops, ang mga spare part shops, sila tanan, groceries, supermarkets, nagpabili silang abli tanan.
Wow.
What we were very strict is the domestic air and sea travel.
So the public transportation was still okay. Muna ingon nga
Still okay, Manong.
Wa ninyo sarado eh.
Wa Manong. Pabili na abli. Hangtod karon.
So people really in Bohol were going around, going to other towns without any trouble.
No, we did not give them any trouble. But some of our mayors chose to impose sa stricter standards. Igirespeto na ra nato tungod kay ubos naman sa balaod sa atong local government code na may flexibility ang atong mga mayor na for exercising policies with regard health, na sila yung mga flexibilities. So we allowed them to do that. But as of today, Manong, from before up to today, we chose to put a curfew. There is a curfew. So natay curfew from 9 p.m. sa gabi hangtod 5 a.m. sa buntag. And then our fiestas, as you know, Cebu and Bohol, our fiestas are
Last
part
May.
of our
Yeah.
it's part of our fabric, our
Yeah.
cultural fabric and our lives.
Yeah.
Pero bisan pa, sa panahon sa kapistahan, we tell them, you can attend online masses, you can continue celebrating the fiesta, but you cannot invite guests.
Well,
So if you want to prepare celebrations, why problema? Prepare for your patron at home. Pero dili ta mangimbitar sa atong mga kaigsuunan, sa atong mga kaparyente, sa atong mga amigo-amiga. For this year, we observed a very subdued ang fiesta celebrations naman diri sa Bohol.
that is very good news, and we'll be back with Governor Yap after this break. Please don't go away.
Ay, may lag. Parang internet mo? Get the Sky Fiber Super Speed Plans. Up to 200 Mbps for fiber fast days. Switch to Sky Fiber. Bagal kasi. Parang internet mo? Get the Sky Fiber Super Speed Plans. Up to 200 Mbps for fiber fast days.
Ako single.
Switch to Sky Fiber.
Thank you for staying with us. We're with the Governor Arthur Yap of Bohol, and this is now our second segment. So, yes, kaning among mga trabahante there is my TV, for instance, they're from Bohol, and a lot of them wanted to go home. But I told them, your problem is the sakyanan, the sea travel going to cross to Bohol. So that was a problem. Plus the fact nga, karon lang ko gibaw nga, wa mo nang imbitar og mga taga Bohol nga pauli mo. So it was like a subdued fiesta because may manggod din abot sa Mayo, mga tao din ni Cebu active na kayo kay moadto gyud mo pauli gyud. And I'm glad you allowed it to happen, pero way labot ang mga atbang kapuyo sa atbang Bohol. That's
Yes.
a very good one.
And today, Manong, kung gusto nila mo uli, ang ato mga natanggong na mga kaigsuunan diha sa Cebu or bisan pa sa Manila, ano may problema as long as you will be allowed to cross. Kung pasagdantang mutabok, at this point in time, as long as returning LSI ka or returning OFW ka, okay naman. Except that the Coast Guard, it seems, Manong Bobit, na ay no sale policy ang Coast Guard sa karong panahon na. But I think they already lifted it. Mga, as long as it is lifted, the Coast Guard lifts the no sale policy, LSI ka, OFW ka, free ka, we will accept you. You're free to come in. The domestic air and sea travel ban remains only for visitors.
Yeah.
But if you are a local Bolano na muuli ka dire, or for example, you're a government official or you have official business here, you are with the utilities and the telecom companies, we will still accept you. We will accept you, subject to certain medical protocols.
You know, before you lock down, I helped Panglao sa Bellevue. If you didn't know this, my good friend who is a very famous ABS air safari, si Captain Joy Roa, just finished his air balloon festival and asked me for help in Panglao. So I called up sa Bellevue Hotel and they gave him 20 rooms. And 20 rooms, and ako sa inan, tanawa nga makatabang sa tag-advertise sa Bohol. Pero kinsa may matuo nga paghuman ato exactly 2 days later na lockdown ang Bohol. So I would probably ask him kung nakaka-tape ba siya something for Bohol. But anyway,
Oh yeah.
that's what I did.
Oh yeah, thank you, Manong. And we're avid followers of Air Safari of Captain Roa. So if you can do something for us, especially moving forward,
Yeah.
sa ato mga pagpaningkamot ba na pangandaman ang pag-abli balik sa turismo sa Bohol, then we will be more than happy to ask him to help us advertise Bohol again.
Yeah, maybe I'll call him after this.
Thank you
interview.
very much.
Because Captain Joy Roa and I have been good friends for more than 15 years already. And I had him on my show and he invited me also on his show. So in a way, nakatabang ko niya, lipay ka siya kay iyang mga bisita sa Air Balloon Festival, nakahimutan na enjoy yun sila sa Panglao, Bohol. And it will always be important to them. But mula ganin, agi matag COVID, so we don't know how long this will last. But anyway, going to what are you doing at this point now?
At this point in time, Manong, we are simplifying our programs of government for the people. No, we're just concentrating on 3 things right now. At this point in time, number 1, anti-COVID measures. The second is food production, and since we're trying to maintain the food security of Bohol, we're giving water attention. So these are the 3 things only. We are simplifying all our programs. In terms of COVID prevention, moabot na ang among containerized PCR lab this week. So possibly by this weekend, we are going to be installing our containerized PCR lab. So lahi ni sa normal PCR lab, kung ang PCR lab na siya sa, for example, hospital grounds, daghan pa ang mga documentary requirements, design requirements na magikan sa RITM. But this one that we are buying, Manong, this is a containerized PCR lab. Mao nga, murag plug and play ba? Inside a containerized van, everything is already fixed. It is already secured. It is already biosecured. So what you do is you just attach it to a power source, and with the trained personnel, you have a mobile lab up and ready for use. So that's going to be installed this week, and possibly by this week or hangtod sa umaabot na semana, commissioning stage ta possibly by the week of the State of the Nation address, we will be ready with our PCR lab. After our PCR lab, Manong, we are distributing also per family contact tracing cards. We are going to be signing an executive order where every member of the family will have to take this card that will identify the family head, and also that it has a QR code. So whenever they go into banks, to malls, mga kananans, mga restaurants, we're signing an executive order, even to markets and to groceries, that when you go in, you have to present this contact tracing card, this family card, so that in the event simba ko na natakdan and we have to raise the alarm, kaibaw na mo kung kinsa mga tawagan ng mga tao na mo-alerto na sila because there are infections. So moving forward, we have to put that system in place. And after that, it's all food production. So we're clustering our food production here. Rice, corn, mga lagutmon are getting special attention. We're also putting special attention in our fish ponds and our fish cages. Because manong hanlok may na kumubalik na ta sa normal situation, we're going to lose again all our fishery resources to Cebu.
Yes, correct.
Yeah. You know, people are telling me to sign an executive order to ban exporting our fishing products to Cebu. But I was telling them that will not be fair
That's
to our
not fair.
fisher folk.
Correct.
It's not, because if Cebu is willing to buy 500 pesos per kilo and we're not ready to buy at 500 pesos per
Correct.
kilo, pasagda natong ibaligya na ra sa Cebu.
Sakto gina.
So, yeah. Now, as I was telling them, as we lose all of our possibly our marine products to Cebu, minimum we should at least have some workhorse products.
Yeah.
Like for example, tilapia and bangus that we can produce and control. So we're also looking now for 2,000 to 3,000 hectares which we can develop for fish cages and fish ponds. So that would be our food production program. It's very simple. Focus ka sa humay, sa bugas. Focus ka sa mais o sa lagutmon. Because if you can also provide a strong feed industry here, pinaagi sa atong tahok, pinaagi sa atong mais, pinaagi sa atong lagutmon, then that goes without saying that that is the way na musuportahan na nato ang atong livestock, ang atong fishery, apil ang atong aquamarine feeds program. You don't have to teach people, manong, na magbuhay pa ka o baboy or manok, no? Or plant vegetables at home. In Bohol, primarily 400,000 people are still rooted to the soil. And they know how to plant. Basta sige na tawag mag-distribute ng mga liso ba nila, especially for vegetables, they know what to do. If we can provide them food security through rice, palay, and you've got mais, you've got corn, and root crops, we believe that will also translate not only to human food security, but that will also give food security and lower price of feeds for livestock and fisheries, and that will help bring down the cost of food here. And finally, Manong, we want to give water attention.
Yeah. You know, what's the population of Bohol right now?
We're about 1.4, Manong, 1.4 million.
1.4. You know, almost 30 years ago, Governor Lito Osmeña tried to get water from Inabanga and then
Yes, sir.
ship it to Bohol. Naghimo og what you call resolution at that time ang province of Bohol na not to sell the water. But again, ang problema at that time, the water from Inabanga was just being thrown away to the sea, while the people of Bohol, mostly living in Tagbilaran, could not get water from anywhere. So sayang lang to. But what you call projects lagi nga ingon ana nga muting lagi ka nga ikaray maka-make money, anya ikaray maka-enjoy. But at that time, Cebu was willing to pay, although it was a very what you call expensive way of getting water from Inabanga. But right now, pwede ramang Inabanga kumulihok sila nga maghimog what you call bottled water and then sell it to Cebu. That is a project I used to think before, pero mula gina.
Oh, yeah.
What I oral.
You know, Manong, that's a very laudable project, and just to show you how much priority we're giving to water. In fact, before I came on your show, we were meeting with our engineering team here because we are identifying building local reservoirs. Kung magpaabot ta sa mga dakong negosyante ba, and then hangyoon nato sila nang i-develop nila ang mga water resources nato all around the province of Bohol. Murag maglisod ta. Tungod kay ang interest ra nila masuplayan ang Tagbilaran, ang Dawis ug ang Panglao because they are very urban field, no? But when you talk about other municipalities, maglisod ta man, mao nga nagdesisyon namin na this is the time with COVID, and COVID has forced us to focus on certain fundamental things and important fundamental projects for the people.
Well,
And we decided,
we will continue
Yes.
talking about water after this second break because we're now on our halfway through the show. We'll be back with you shortly.
First song. Thank you.
Bilis maka-sound trip. Ganyan sa Sky Fiber Super Speed Plans.
For today's look,
Bilis makaganda. Ganyan sa Sky Fiber Super Speed Plans.
LU pare.
Bilis maka-vacay. Ganyan sa Sky Fiber Super Speed Plans.
We are now in our second half of the show with Governor Arthur Yap, and we are blessed that he is with us because, like for instance, in the COVID problems,
Bohol has only one fatality. I mean, that's a miracle for a population of 1.4 million people in Bohol. And, you know, they did not shut down. They had their what you call transportation going around. They never shut down. And that is something that we can only hope Cebu should have followed. But anyway, sige lang. So we'll be back. We're back with Governor Yap. So we're going to talk about water. Let's talk about what you did recently.
Yes, Manong, dagang salamat. No? As I said, we're giving food production and agriculture importance. But if we don't give water any importance, then we will not be able to achieve our food and agriculture production goals. No? And that's the reason why in different parts of Bohol right now, we are identifying areas where we can build localized reservoirs. We have so far identified about 4. In the Talibon-Sikatuna area, that's supposed to water Getafe, Bienvenido, Talibon, Trinidad. And then in the Ubay area, we've also identified a source there that can also water about 4 or 5 municipalities. And then Hagna, in the south of Bohol, very rich water resources. We've identified that also that can water a few clustered services. But that doesn't solve, Manong, the problem about water in the islands.
Correct.
Because, you know, we have a lot of islands. No?
Yes.
Maybe
Carlos
maybe 50.
Garcia. Yeah.
That's in Pitogo, yes.
Yeah.
But here, you've got Bienvenido has a lot of islands.
Yes.
Talibon has a lot of
Yes.
islands. Getafe pud, Benavista, Ugtubigon pud. Napod sila yung mga isla. And right now, Manong, when you go to these places, they are effectively paying around 2 to 250 pesos per liter.
Wow.
So, can you imagine, Manong, if you multiply that by 1,000, it is like they're paying 2,000 pesos per cubic meter.
Wow.
That is the effective rate that they're paying. And so, it's my pleasure to at least let you know, Manong, that through our coordination with some water technology companies, before, technology that was not yet mature could not make this possible.
Yes.
But today, the technology is mature enough that you can use solar power to desalinate seawater.
Wow.
That's what I'd like to show you. This is the machine from the Netherlands. You allow me to share with you some photos, no?
Yeah. Yeah.
These are, I will forward some photos to you right now of the desalination plant that we just installed in Pandanon Island. And right now, this can produce 11,000 liters.
Wow.
11,000 liters operating for 12 hours. This even has a UV water sterilizer, UV lamp water sterilizer at the end of the process.
Wow.
This is the heart of it, Manong. This is the heart of the desalination process. After going already 2 passes, this is the 3rd pass. And the water that comes out from these tubes is already so concentrated, salty, Manong, that the people there even get an additional business. They can go into salt making.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, the chamber to the right, Manong, is the first chamber. The 2 smaller chambers are the second. And then this is the 3rd.
Okay.
The water that comes from this 3rd phase is so concentrated, salty. Now, after drying it for a short time, it becomes salty.
Wow.
These are all the people lining up to fill. It used to be, Manong, that all of these containers are filled from the mainland.
So
And then they transport this to the island. But now,
from 2
that's me and
pesos,
Mayor Kasoy Camacho.
from 2 pesos, 50 centavos per liter. Pila naman karon?
This is 20, Manong. This is 20 liters per
20
gallon.
liters. Oh,
This is
okay.
20 liters per gallon.
Wow.
So that's the price they used to. So the point is, Manong, we are going to order maybe possibly 10 to 15 of these, and we are clustering the islands around northern Bohol right now. Nobody could believe me, Manong, when I was talking to them about this type of technology. Ingon nila na ako, when we see it, we will believe it.
Correct.
Until the time you can put it here, you are nothing but a 2-bit politician. Ingon nila na ako.
That's true.
So,
Well,
akong kalipay.
ako will tell you, di ko makalimot nimo when you were in Department of Agriculture the 1 year ago, when I was also in the Regional Development Council in Region 7. And I was making plans for Bohol. At that time, I approved our kanabitang Ubay stock farm.
Yes.
As di kuan kanang dam sa Ubay. Kanang
Yes.
guwapo daplin sa kuan amo nang gi-approve under when I was still what you call Infrastructure and Utilities Committee Chairman of RDC.
Manong, you'll be happy to note that your support to the Ubay stock farm was not misplaced. So today, it's one of the models of the Philippine Carabao Center and the National Dairy Authority in terms of the domestic production of dairy milk. And the target that I gave them for the next 2 years is to build themselves to such a capacity that they can provide 25,000 Bolanon malnourished children in the next 2 years. At least to be able to give them 120 to 150 days of their milk requirements, just to bring their sustenance up. Tungod kay sa karong mga panahon na natay 25,000 nga mga malnourished nga mga kabatanunan diri sa Bohol. That is the target of our of the Ubay stock farm right now. And with what I see, Manong, the support you gave us, daghang salamat, is going to make that possible today because of the facilities we have. And also the irrigation that you approved in your time. Magamit pud namo karon tungod kay imon pud natong usa ka reservoir center ang Ubay so that it can also support Kandihay, Alicia, and also support Pitogo.
Yeah.
So that is where that is going.
Well, you know, daghang kay at that time sa RDC na ko nga sabihan mo mo ko nagbolo. At that time, I think it was Tirol, Governor Tirol, already aumentado at that time. But at that time, like I said, wa manggod kayo kanabitang galihok sa Bohol. So finally, nilihok sa ko, kay tungod nga ako, lain manggod ko, well, technically, I'm not from Bohol, but during my youth, when I was still a teenager, every year, ginatuwag ko sa farm for 1 week, at tugin may sa among farm in Katigbian, sakay ko kabaw, did all the things that I need to do. So I literally grew up in Bohol. So muna, di ko kalimut.
Well, Manong, I tell you, Katigbian right now is a sleeping potential.
Yes.
I don't mean that. I don't mean that to demean the people and the local government of Katigbian. What I mean to say is that Katigbian is now positioned for a takeoff. Because with what's happening, with what we are seeing right now, many countries are leaving China and setting up their manufacturing base in different parts of the ASEAN.
Correct.
Right now, I'm pushing the DTI to edge out Vietnam. If we cannot edge out Vietnam, why problema na? But at least let some manufacturing come to Central Visayas. If they cannot come to Cebu, they should at least come to Bohol. Just across Cebu. Just 20 kilometers across the Bohol Straits is already Bohol. It's very near, na? So, dakong posibilidad nga hinaw ko makaawhag bata og mga investors, if they want to transfer out of Cebu or coming out of China, we are ready. We are the provincial government of Bohol is ready to invest 50 to 100 hectares to provide a processing center for manufacturing.
You know, during my time, going from Tubigon to our farm was only 13 kilometers, but ang bus was only once a week. Karon mahimo ni magbisikleta pati wala kay siminto naman. So
The road system, very good ang road system, ano?
That's really true. How Bohol cemented most of its roads, and what traffic mo nagagawa po kaming mga motorista, I'm still a rider. We always travel to Bohol kay ngano magproblema mo may Cebu nga grabe kay traffic na kumuat to mig Bohol nignaog magbarko wa na may problema traffic. So we have a very smooth road, and that is something that I cannot forget, and when the pandemic is over, I will take a ride to Bohol again, and we'll be back for a final set after this break. Please don't go away. We'll be back shortly.
Huwag mo siyang pakasalan!
Bagal kasi. Parang internet mo? Get the Sky Fiber Super Speed Plans. Up to 200 Mbps for fiber fast days.
Ako single.
Switch to Sky Fiber.
Freeman Bay!
First song. Thank you.
Bilis maka-sound trip. Ganyan sa Sky Fiber Super Speed Plans.
For today's look,
Bilis makaganda. Ganyan sa Sky Fiber Super Speed Plans.
LU pare.
Bilis maka-vacay. Ganyan sa Sky Fiber Super Speed Plans.
The theory of decreasing responsibility explains how your life insurance needs change over time. In the early years, you may need a lot of life insurance coverage, but in the later years, you may not. In the early years, when you're younger, you don't have a lot of money, but in the later years, you'd better have money. How does this fit with your insurance needs? Today, when you're young, loss of income due to a premature death would be devastating. Your children are young and you might have high debt and a house mortgage. Your need for insurance is highest at this time. When you get older, retirement income is needed. Your children are grown, your debts are lower, and your mortgage is paid. If you have savings, you are self-insured, diminishing your needs for insurance. That's the theory of decreasing responsibility. By having life insurance when your financial responsibilities are the greatest, you can have peace of mind knowing your family's future is protected.
Thank you for staying with us. We're now our final set with Governor Arthur Yap. So, Gov, let us now go into what do you think would be the new normal for Bohol?
I think moving forward for the new normal, we have to cross two critical thresholds. The first threshold is to convince visitors that it is safe to come to Bohol.
Yes.
Of course, the assumption is when we say the new normal for Bohol is picking up from where it left off as a rising tourism tiger of the country.
Yes.
So if we're talking about tourism, then the first threshold is to convince people that it's safe to come to Bohol. The second threshold, the second critical thresholds we have to cross is to convince the people of Bohol that it is safe to accept visitors.
Yes.
Na kaya na nato.
Correct.
Those are the two critical thresholds I have to grapple with in the coming months. And to the extent that we can become successful in convincing visitors and the locals that we can now slowly open the economy, then that is the great big challenge that we have to face. Mga importante, anti-COVID protocols, medical protocols. And that's the reason also that Secretary Berna Puyat of Tourism is talking about creating travel corridors or travel bubbles.
Mm.
And that's looking for a counterpart jurisdiction that probably has the same level of safety and infections as you, and allowing more relaxed medical protocols between the two jurisdictions. And we're studying it right now. Nangutana ko niya, ingon ako, so, Madam Secretary, sa imong gihuna-huna na posible mahimo natong travel partner or travel corridor partner.
Yes.
Ingon niya na posible, number one, Taiwan or Korea. Ingon niya, Taiwan and Korea are managing their COVID problem very well.
Very well. Yes.
Yeah. They have a very strict protocol. No nga, between Taiwan, Korea, and the Philippines, or possibly one or two cities of Japan, them and Bohol, base na ay posibilidad na between these jurisdictions, we can open up, base di na kinahanglan ng mga protocols ang quarantine, as long as mag-PCR sila dito.
Yes.
Kung ang mugawas, negative.
Yes.
Kung bago sila paulion sa ilahang mga jurisdictions, magpa-PCR naman po sila dire sa Bohol. Kung mag-negative sila diri sa Bohol, then we allow them to go home.
Taiwan,
So-
Taiwan is a good example. In 4 months, 7 dead sa COVID. So you just imagine, gamay rin yung kaya na. Ang Bohol 1, ang Taiwan 7. So gamay rin yung kaya na. And these people
Yeah.
want to come to beautiful beaches, which you have.
Yes. Because we believe, Manong, moving forward, we think that the world could possibly be moving to a slower type of tourism. Mao nga, naipagbalik ba sa nature, sa environmental, sa organic things. And we feel that Bohol is uniquely situated to be able to position itself as a prime destination if we're talking about mga maanindot na kadagatan, mga suba, mga bungtod, mga hiking trails, preskong pagkaon. We feel that we can provide that type of tourism. But of course, subject to certain medical protocols. Mao nga, karon pa, sige na may at least reaching out sa mga katawhan sa ato mga mayor, sige na ta pagpasabot nila kung unsa ka importante na ma-instill nato ang disiplina ng minimum health standards and protocols sa ato mga katawhan. That is the only way we can convince visitors who come here to respect the rules as well.
Well, you're not far away because, like I said, when I heard that you only had 1 fatality in the 4 months of COVID-19, that was for me very remarkable for an island that has 1.4 million population. So you are in that sense, murakag expert, what you call governor handling COVID matters.
No, ako magpasalamat ra ko sa mga katawhan tungod kay sa tinuod ra, at least sa mga Bulano naman, they are following. They know mahadlok pud sila. They know what are the dangers for themselves and for our province and for our future. So it has to be a very strong partnership. Ang media po dire, grabe Manong Bobit ang mga media dire, very hawkish. They're very grabe sila, very alerto, uptick, ano na mo text na ako and then they give me advance information. So the partnership is very good, Manong Bobit.
Well, let me point out nga, like ang radyo, for instance, dire Cebu, madungog madahas Bohol, ang negative dire Cebu, sort of scared the people of Bohol. Kaya makadungog sila negative na tabo sa Sugbo, di kita mo follow na. I'll give you example. Si President Rodrigo Duterte nag-ingog gahig o mga taga Cebu. Daghang kay taga Cebu gayaw-yaw ni President Duterte nga di mamigahig o. But then on the 1 day later, there was a procession in Alumnus San Nicolas nga naay nagsayaw sinulog gamas pero wa nag-social distancing. Unsa may tawag niya mo na di ba gahig o?
Yeah.
Mo na tinoray gahig o gyud sa taga Sugbo. I have to admit
Unfortunately, this virus does not respect your resume.
correct.
You can be rich, you can be accomplished, you can be a member of the cabinet.
Yes,
It does not respect your resume.
that's really true. It doesn't respect your color, your creed, or anything. But until we find what you call a vaccine, like for instance, I already wrote in my star column warning, for instance, asking President Duterte kanang iyang no face-to-face school like Sikihor has 0 COVID, 0 fatalities. So gano di man mo sila ipa face to face. So may diferensya. Mahimo magay ka di magmask sa Sikihor, di ka mag social distancing. Wa may COVID dito. So that is what I wrote yesterday. So that hopefully kung maminaw si President Duterte, makarealize siya nga daghang isla sa Pilipinas nga wa maigo og COVID-19. And you're doing very sa akong tan-aw nimo, Governor Yap, you are really one of the most what you call valuable governors I've met in Bohol, because I've met all of them.
I'm sure.
Well, ang
Daghang salamat, Manong. Daghang salamat.
ang imong what you call Congressman Macaster District, which is also part of Anda, Hagna, para
Yes.
na ako, I think nakatabang yun na nimo as a governor.
Yes, sir. Very, very big help. Bawa in the coming days, Manong, if we can convince visitors and the locals alike na sufficient ang atong mga medical protocols, then I feel we have a shot. And if we can bring in visitors as well, that'll be good for Central Visayas and that'll be good for the country. Tungod kay at least makabuhat ta sa atong parte ba. The
Yeah.
country needs a lot of help.
Correct.
We have to allow economic pockets all around the country to start opening up para makatabang sa atong overall situation. No? And what you wrote, Manong Bobit, is really correct, that we have to look at the peculiarity of a Siquijor.
Correct.
What is the peculiarity of Bohol, the peculiarity of Cebu, and give the local officials also a chance to govern with flexibility.
That's really true. That's why, like, for instance, I have a group that wants to do exactly what you wanted in Ubay by reopening the Ubay Airport. So, hopefully, makapalupad tagang mga airplano to the Ubay Airport to feed the ANDA, what you call tourism. Kaya mas dool man,
Yes.
50 ram na kilometros. So, it's not
Yes.
really far. So, these are things that I've been planning actually a year ago, and naligsan lang ta sa COVID, but the construction of our hotel in Anda is still ongoing. So, we
Thank you
are
very much,
helping,
Manong.
we are really helping Bohol.
Thank you, Manong.
So, kana siya, you will now, what you call, look at what you have in Bohol. The only problem lang for investors kay ang Panglao, because of the properties, mahal ang yuta.
Oh, yes, Manong. Grabe.
Mura, sobra ra ka mahal to a point nga daghang investors na turned off. But again, the COVID incident may have reduced many prices. Let's hope that there can be more that will be opened in Panglao in the future. And that is the
Hopefully, Manong, kung mahimot ang malampuson sa atong mga water projects. And as we're working on the water projects, I also want to let you know that we're in the middle of our planning with the National Grid, the NGCP. Tungod kay natay connection gikan sa Cebu, we're working on a connection coming into Bohol, no? Through the Maribojoc Loon area. And that is going to start to address the increasing power requirements of Bohol. Now, we feel that if we can put that NGCP connection in place, mapahuman nato ang alternatively, mapahuman nato ang bidding ng One Bohol Power, no, where we can look for other sources of energy inside the island. We can invite a power player to come and open in the island, and we can do a water project. Then, ang hinaut ko na sa umaabot na panahon, that will now relieve the pressure of Panglao, because it will now make development of other parts of Bohol possible.
correct.
And that will help in stabilizing real estate prices.
That's really true. And unfortunately, we ran out of time. We will be asking Governor Yap for his parting shots after this final break. Please don't go away.
Freeman, bye!
First song. Thank you.
Bilis maka-sound trip. Ganyan sa Sky Fiber Super Speed Plans.
For today's look,
Bilis makaganda. Ganyan sa Sky Fiber Super Speed Plans.
LU pare.
Bilis maka-vacay. Ganyan sa Sky Fiber Super Speed Plans.
Thank you for staying with us. Let's now ask Governor Arthur Yap for his parting shot. Governor?
Manong, again, daghang salamat sa kahigayunan, no? To highlight Bohol and what we are doing here. All I guess I have to say at this point in time is that we are hoping that we can at least whatever assistance we can do also to neighboring Cebu to the extent that we can, we are more than willing to help. We want to make sure that Cebu is very safe because we believe if Cebu can pull out of this, then it is the shot of Central Visayas to present a model and a case that we are a viable economic, commercial, tourism center of the country, and we will be able to manage. For that reason, allow me to state on behalf of the province of Bohol our solidarity with the people of Cebu, Siquijor, and Negros Oriental, the Region 7, that whatever we can do together, Bohol, count Bohol in. And with that, Manong, we also say to our beloved countrymen that we are one with the entire country in pulling out of COVID. We are all praying for everybody, medical frontliners. More than anything else, Bohol is praying for our leaders, the President and his cabinet, our governors and other mayors. This is the greatest problem of our generation. And this problem that we are going through is going to define how we are going to live and the future that we are going to face as humanity in the coming years to come. And how we pull through is going to define our history in the coming years. So with that, count Bohol in solidarity with Central Visayas and our nation in pulling through and confronting and surviving successfully COVID-19. So thank you very much, Manong, for this opportunity. Buhay mong tanan diya sa Cebu. Amping kanunay, Manong.
Well, salamat kaayo, Governor Arthur Yap, for coming up for the second time in my Zoom interview, and I'm able to interview Governor Yap. I was asking him before to come to Cebu for this interview, but we can do it via Zoom. And yes, he is perhaps for me one of the best governors doing what unfortunately what our leaders in Cebu could not do, because gipadaan naman Secretary Roy Mato to Cebu. But yes, what ay mahimo, because like it or not, gahin tag-o Cebu. But we can actually look at Bohol as a very good example, because gamay ra kay sila na affected, usaray patay, and that is something that I'm proud na at least naasad may yuta sa Bohol, kay ako nagdako sa Bohol pagkabata na ako, and that is something that I will not ever forget. So you've heard it here in Straight from the Sky. I'm Bobby Tavila. Thank you and good night.
Thank you.